No, all right.
Sportcat Newz is breaking in for some unusual traffic. There has been a police officer shot and killed in Blount County, Tennessee. And I've been following this story for several hours, trying to get online. Bringing up to speed here with the information I have so far. It's Blount County, Tennessee. They're on the lookout for a subject that has shot and killed one officer. Let me show you that person's picture.
Officer.
Spectre's like the three to the K9 guys off of Wildwood.
Go ahead.
See the hotspot, it's not real bright, so it may be nothing. But it's a little bit further east of your position if you follow the creek towards Wildwood.
Okay, this subject has shot and killed one Blount County officer. He is also injured another person, another officer. He fled the scene. Initially, he fled the scene. His name is Kenneth Derhart. He's considered armed and dangerous. Do not approach him. He's 42. They think he's in the Wildwood area of Blount County. I have Blount County Sheriff's Office on in the background. You should call 911 if you see this fella. But apparently there was a shooting at Sevierville Road and Keeble Road area, Destiny Lane. They've shut the whole area down. They're getting mutual aid. They've set up a mutual command post from Knox County, Loudoun County, Blount County, obviously, the THP and the TBI. There's a large manhunt for this individual. The other officer, according to the Blount County Sheriff's Office, was treated and released.
Yeah, it is pretty looks like you guys are standing kind of in a
Kenneth Derhart reportedly swapped vehicles, is in a red Nissan with Shifa Scott. There's also been a call in to the Sheriff's Department about a grandmother that's concerned for her safety. She works at a nursing home, so they've went there and they've set up there. All this background music, it's annoying me.
Repeat that last.
Got your sparkle. We're going to move towards that area.
So right now they're searching an area where they have a heat signature, and I think he may be
pretty close to the creek. It may just be a rock, but you guys are pretty close.
They're not sure what exactly they have, but they're searching the area. This is the THP helicopter. I think it's going to refuel. That's the area it was searching. Let's see if I can find any other air support units. Ross says to continue playing the music, so I'll do that. This is my first time breaking in with live news. There are drones up, which drones do not report. It's not showing anything up at the moment. So the THP is refueling. I know Knox County has an air support unit there. They're not showing up on, they're not squawking, apparently, where the THP was. They were searching the Wildwood area. Waiting for Ross to jump on here and help me out. I've never done live news before, or breaking news. In the background, you are hearing live broadcast from the Blount County Sheriff's Office. You will hear they have a unified command post set up, and you'll hear the uniformed officers talking to each other between Knox County, Blount County, Sevier County, I think, also joined in there. So they're searching an area off Wildwood in a field. They think they've located the red Nissan. I'm not sure. I think it was an Altima. They put the bolo out kind of quick. I couldn't write it down in time. So I think they found it, and now they're searching an area. So the chat is open, and the phone lines are open to 1-888-88-YERGZ. That's 1-888-88-YERGZ. Do not call us if you find this individual. Like I said, he's considered armed, dangerous. He shot and killed one police officer. He won't hesitate to shoot anyone else. Call 911 if you see this person. So they've got bloodhounds. Roane County is sending 2 bloodhounds. THP has their canines up there. All the local sheriff's departments have all their canine officers in the area as well. No, that's not the area I want. Scroll into Knox County area and see if there's any other traffic in the area. So Blount County is just south of Knox County. Apparently it was near the Maryville area of the county. I'm not seeing anyone now on there. Here we go. We got somebody. All right, so we do have the THP trooper back up. No, this is the Knox County Sheriff's Department helicopter. They went for fuel. Now they're going back out to search an area. That was definitely a fuel stop. That's Knox County. They're searching the area. They're headed back to Blount County. I guess they refueled from their facility. Let's take it off of that one and see if there's another one up. I think the THP went to since McGee Tyson where they refuel. So Knox County has their own little private thing where they go and refuel. I don't think they use McGee Tyson. So the Air Watch is back up, and it appears well, I thought he was headed that way. Keep checking that. Once again, here's this person. His name is Kenneth Deerhart. He's 42. Like I said, he's armed and dangerous. He was last seen in the Wildwood area. It's been reported that he swapped vehicles into a red Nissan. Blount County wasn't really updating. The sheriff was going to have a live press conference in a little while from UT Hospital, where they set up where the other officer was. So I don't know where the media staging area is. I haven't gotten that information. So far, Blount County Sheriff's Department sent out. The Sheriff's Office is continuing to search for the suspect in the officer-involved shooting that occurred in the 4900 block of Sevierville Road. One deputy was killed in the line of duty. One other deputy was injured after receiving treatment at an area hospital, which we know is University of Tennessee. They're actively searching for Kenneth Deerhart, age 42. He's considered armed and dangerous. He's believed to be on foot. His last location was known to be in the Wildwood area. Anyone with any information is being asked to call 865-981-7125. I'm sure your local 911 as well. Several roads in the Wildwood area are shut down. The media staging center has been changed. It's Blount County Justice Center, which is on East Lamar Alexandra in Maryville. They've shut down part of Sevierville Road, Keeble Road, Destiny Lane. They said they will release more information via their Twitter when they get more details. I think I just saw a chat come across somewhere. Okay, I have somebody who has audio from when the deputy radioed for help, that he needed help. Let's see if I can get them to send it to me so I can play that. So I just emailed that individual and asked them to send me that. Warn you, it might be graphic. I don't know. I haven't heard it yet. So, okay. Does look like Knox County has joined back out, and they are going to.
Sure, what you do there, command. Command, go ahead.
To the area.
Yes, sir. We're going to be assigned a complete landing at home airport on the ground. Command, copy.
All right, they advised me that it was pretty graphic. And that maybe I shouldn't share it online, so I'll try and mute everything and play it myself to get a listen to it. I don't want to release anything. I'm sure the next of kin has been notified, but I don't want to cross that line. I am in public safety. I know better than that. So, but I did want to bring, since this was active manhunt, I did want to bring this information to the public. I want to make sure that people know that this person is armed and dangerous. He has already shot somebody. TBI has issued the blue alert, which in Tennessee means that it's an officer that's been shot, and that they put all officers on basically heightened alert. So they can't or they don't want any other officers injured, obviously. He's wanted for first-degree murder in the death of a Blount County deputy. He's also facing accused. He's being accused of shooting another officer. The TBI has a new photo out of him. Let's see if I can bring this up on the screen. I thought it could, but it can't. That's because it's not there. It's Twitter. We've tried to do all this live before, so just bear with me, folks. This is a TBI photo. Bring it up with this individual. I'm getting this courtesy of WVLT. She sent out, or she tweeted out, retweeted the blue alert. Right, so this individual, blue alert has been issued. This is an updated photo. Kenneth Derhart is wanted for first-degree murder of a Blount County deputy, facing attempted murder charges for the second shooting. If you see him or have any contact or know anything about it, make sure to call 911. My phone line here is open at 1-888-88 Yergs. We're trying to.
4336 Wildwood, on attack, headed back towards.
Okay, so they have a bloodhound on it. too many screens open at this time. Yeah. Trying to see if I can share any of this. It looks like the helicopters are no longer squawking. They're using some drones. It's kind of interesting. It seems that they have some kind of, might be a federal asset, I'm not sure, up circling the area. It is a aircraft. It's flying at around 8,000 feet. And let's see here. I'll share the screen with you. What they're probably doing is they're probably trying to capture any information they can from. They have multiple ways of doing that. I won't say the ways they do it, but it appears that they have an aircraft now circling the area, which is quite unusual. I can't say that I've ever seen an aircraft search an area. But this aircraft doesn't really say who it's registered to. If anybody on YouTube wants to find out, welcome, Brenda. Tail number is November 563 Mike Golf, N563 Mike Golf. It's making a pretty large circle around that Wildwood area. It's flying at about 170 miles an hour at around 8,000 feet. And it's working a grid. So I assume it's getting some kind of communication, or maybe they're capturing communications. I have not heard on the radio an aircraft go up live yet. That's kind of interesting. All right, so we'll put that person's name back up there. That's the fellow that they're looking for. He's considered armed and dangerous. Brenda asked what was going on. Brenda, in Blount County, Tennessee, which is just south of Knox County, there was an officer shot and killed. One other was injured by this individual. He fled. Initially, he was in a separate vehicle. Now he's changed vehicle into a red Nissan. They think they've located that vehicle. They've been searching the area. I was hoping to get Ross on here so he could tell me if he knew anything about any other ways of finding vehicles or finding information to see if maybe he had some insight on this. I know he was out walking his dog, so I'll cut him a break for that. I am broadcasting. I don't know that I'm live on Facebook. I think I am on YouTube. I may be on Facebook. I'm not sure. Facebook was not cooperating with me. I was trying to come in when they had some more exciting news and information to share. But Facebook wasn't cooperating with me. Let's see if there's any tips or anything that come in through Twitter. Okay. She says I am on my Facebook, so that's good to know. And somebody else is watching me on Facebook. Okay. Hey, Billy. Welcome. I don't know how long I'll stay up.
We've got a K9 team moving on Wildwood Road. You guys can slow down, please, when you come down.
So if you hear there, they are working Wildwood Road area. Still, that plane is still circling the area. Really not clear what that plane does, but we'll find out. That's for sure. A lot of times when you have breaking news, it happens fast or it happens really slow. So we want all the officers to be safe and find this killer, obviously. So Kenneth Deerhart, warrants have been issued for him already for murder and attempted murder. They actually now have several pictures of him up. This is another picture. I'm not sure where this picture came from, but that's another recent photo. TBI Blue Alert. Kenneth Deerhart. He's wanted, considered armed and dangerous. If you know this individual, see this individual, dial 911. Yes, they know who he is. Brenda. I'm not sure how they know who he is. I came in a little bit late to that information.
Your back loaded, Rusty.
But yes, they do have it. I had someone that was sent me in some information, but I don't want to share it until I've heard it first, in case it's too graphic. Billy Rayleigh says he looked up the plane by the tail number and it has a lot of gizmos mounted under the wing. Well, I can only imagine what that is. Hopefully Ross can get in here and give us a little more intel. I'm going to guess it's either TBI or FBI. And they're probably capturing data. And when I say capturing data, that means they're probably in that area. They're probably capturing cell phones, radio communications, and data, and trying to search to find out something, because he was known to be on the phone with his grandmother at one point in time and his brother. However, none of them could give them a phone number, so which I thought was kind of odd, but who am I? Apparently, the grandmother was concerned that he was coming to where she worked at a nursing home, and she wanted an officer there. So they sent an officer out there and checked. And they have one posted there still. There's so many officers from Knox County, obviously Blount County, Loudoun County, Sevier County, all the little cities there sending in support. Whenever an incident happens like this, you get an outpouring of officers. They'll come. Even if they're off duty, to help, because obviously it's a brotherhood. And so,
Kilo 1 Command, we are turning up a travel at 4220 Wildwood Road.
So you listen to this live.
20 Wildwood.
It's public access. In case anybody questions it, if you have a scanner and you live in the Blount County area, you can hear this just as easily as I do. And there's also, they're broadcasting it live on the internet. So I'm not giving away any information that's top secret or anything like that. I would never do that.
At 4220.
Kilo 1.
Kilo 1.
I'm not familiar with any of the law enforcement officers' jargons, so I kind of am making it up as I go on that. And I say when I'm making it up, I'm using experience from when I've worked with law enforcement in that area. But obviously things change.
That house y'all are moving towards, there are quite a few looking junk cars behind it.
Roger that.
Apparently I was broadcasting live on Twitter at one point. So it's still an ongoing incident. Unified Command is looking. They're searching an area. I don't see any other helicopters up. It's just that one asset, which is a plane that is up circling the area. It came out of McGee Tyson.
Bill, I got me and Chase going on the left side, just so you know.
Well, we're just going to hold this and y'all take it. Yeah, 4. Taking it now.
What you're watching is public access. It's called ADS Exchange. You can go there and see it. Okay, Billy, that's good information. So you can give me. You're listening live. You can tell me if need to kill the audio for a few minutes. The scanner feed that I'm listening to over the internet is delayed by a minute or two. That is not unusual in law enforcement, and it's a really good idea. Support 100% online communications, support online transparency with all the police departments. I actually wish they would stop encrypting so many agents and agencies because the public has a right to know. Brenda, I have no idea where Dina is. Let's see who I got here. I have the Jurgsmeister. If you want to, Brenda, what you're looking at on the screen here, this is a plane. It's a 2014 Pilatus PC-12, and it is circling the area of the Wildwood area of Blount County. And Ross, you've joined in. You can probably give me a little information here. What kind of stuff are they gathering from that plane? One of my sources in East Tennessee said a picture of the plane has all kinds of gizmos on the bottom of it. If you're talking,
there we go. Yep, there we go. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, just as you said, the plane. I googled that, and you know, for images, that's pretty roomy inside. I mean, by comparison to smaller planes, but that's a turboprop, so it's a single engine. But yeah, that's going to top off at probably about 225 an hour, and I think you said you clocked it at 170 and change.
Yeah, it's slowed down to 130 knots.
Yeah,
it's
so
really
you hit it earlier. I was listening as I was walking Matrix. You hit it earlier. They've got all kinds, especially if it's FBI. And I don't know that it's FBI because, as you said, you didn't know where it came up from. But if that's FBI, they've got everything from cell to FM, you know, radio frequency, you know, like two-way radio frequency, to night vision, and even they've got another. I don't know exactly what it is, but there's FLIR, you know, the night vision, the forward-looking infrared.
Mm-hmm.
They have another one that is essentially kind of what you use if you were to detect stealth aircraft. You know, the fact that it still has an exhaust pipe, and that is essentially air turbulence. You know, when you move, you have a brush of air that you leave behind you, you know, regardless of how big or small you are. And they've got stuff that can see that.
Nice. I've heard him talking about in FLIR. I'm familiar with the hotspots. We use them in search and rescue. I heard him talking about FLIR. Of course, you know, it's a wooded area. They've spotted deer and bear, I've heard. So they're definitely using FLIR. That other technology, I wasn't even aware of that. So,
yeah, that's Bureau's got some toys. Sadly, I think it's, you know, 9/11. That's actually one of the best things that happened to them. When they got chewed out for letting it happen, they basically said, "This isn't our fault. If you would have done better supplying us with what we need, we could have held it off."
wow.
Congress goes, "Oh, that's a good point. Here's a couple $1 billion. Go shopping." And they did. Yeah, I knew about the capability to do a Google image search way before that was something you and I could do.
39751.
Wow.
Yeah, that was in the San Francisco days. Earlier, so probably around 2005, they were doing Google image searches on their own network, of course.
Yeah.
He was in conjunction with Google, LexisNexis. I forget the ones that we worked with, but all those hug it out, really friendly organizations are much friendlier to law enforcement than what they will let you believe.
Sure. Well, we give the FBI a lot of crap because, you know, they've been in the news a lot, but a lot of the agents in the field are just doing their job. They're doing a good job. Sometimes, as you probably know, once you get high up and rank in the administration.
I've enjoyed working with the FBI, especially on protection. But even in criminal investigations, they've got the toys. It's a bureaucracy. I mean, there are more FBI agents in Washington, D.C. than there are Secret Service agents in the entire Secret Service.
Wow.
There's a lot. But, yeah, they've got the toys to play with, too, as a result. And they don't have to go away every 4 years to a presidential campaign.
Yeah, that's true. That's also, it's good that they have them. I'm glad that they do. Yeah, he's maintaining right around 8,200 feet, according to AB. Whoa, that was weird. That plane just kind of popped up in there. Who is he? I don't know who he is, but he's just passing through, I guess.
311.
Unless it's a drone, but no, he's moving too fast to be a drone. I had to isolate. I
Won't
guess.
send anybody to that Green Road address.
Did I hear the one say that they were pulling into a driveway?
Yeah, they've had reports of where this person was, and they were pulling into a driveway. They've got several Bearcats from several different law enforcement agencies
007 Green Road.
with SWAT teams.
Called the call center advising it was a vacant house and just be a good place to hide. I don't think there's anything further on it.
And there you heard it. So the TBI obviously is running the command board, and they're calling the different Knox County, Loudoun County. I'm sure Blount County, but probably a lot of those officers are, I don't want to say out of service, but probably rather busy doing other things. So this is a time where you let the TBI come in, the THP come in, the other counties help you and support you in an incident like this. So now, I warned you, Ross, if I got a breaking news thing, I was going to cut in.
No, I'm glad you did.
I was going to try and do this reporter thing to see if I was any good at it. I was rather nervous when I came on, but couldn't get Facebook. It says I've lost access from Streamlabs. I have no idea what that means. So
they disconnect sometimes. That did that for me when I was on StreamYard.
I'm gonna have to figure out how to get it reconnected because I did everything I knew to do.
You'll probably have to do it disconnected, like after you're finished.
Yeah, well, I was trying to. It was the groups, but they all have the app in it. We can talk shop later off of the air, but it was giving me a fit. So I finally I dropped all the groups and just went straight to my page and I think my Nightlight Studio page. So this is broadcasting, and I'm going out on Twitter, LinkedIn, and several other places. So Kick, Trovo. I don't know. I'm everywhere. I tried to get up as quick as I could with this because I wanted to. Well, Billy says he's watching me on Facebook right now. I appreciate the support, Billy. I wanted to get up with it much quicker because they were popping out some details really quick. That would have been really good to share, especially when it came to that red Nissan. They gave out the license plate, but I only got a partial on it, but I think they've already found it. I don't know if they found her. So, I'm guessing since the grandmother, a female, unknown female, and his brother have all had cell phone communications with this gentleman, but that's probably what they're doing is they're sweeping burner phones or whatever.
Yeah.
So hopefully he doesn't have Facebook or connected to me, but
yeah, that's why I was surprised that they're letting so much go public now. It's still hot. It's still fresh.
Where the vehicle is located. We found an element down there.
Yeah, they're going. There's a lot of information that's out there. A lot of times you'll find that. Sometimes they will contact, like they may find out we're broadcasting,
There, just regroup for a minute.
and they may tell us to stop. or kill the feed altogether. But a lot of times,
We're going to end our track for the moment.
people don't realize the citizens help by this. There's more good people than there are bad, and they want to help out. This person needs to be taken off the street and incarcerated, you know?
Oh, agreed.
So,
And water, Gatorade, snacks, whatever you got would be great.
I know they have several dogs working, so the bloodhounds,
Yes, with us. Trust me.
they found a different vehicle that had bullet holes in it. I'm not sure what vehicle it was because I didn't catch the whole conversation, but there was blood on the driver's door. So they weren't opening the door and going in until I got a warrant, which is probably procedure and protocol. And you don't want to do anything silly on a case like this. But they did get the bloodhound on that trail, but I haven't heard any more about that. I would assume since the car is if you can answer this, if the car doors weren't open and the windows are rolled up, they can only look inside until they get that warrant. Is that right, Ross?
There's plain view doctrine. If they know that the weapon is specific and they see something in plain view, if there's nobody in the car, there's no need for them to crack the window and reach in and pick up the gun. You're right. They're going to wait for a warrant. But there's also it's late. It's been a long day too. Exigent circumstances where they can articulate a reason to continue and continue a search without a warrant. Say, for example, there might be a hostage in the trunk.
Where's the air support need to go?
Okay. And I just heard somebody called that a gunshot.
Wildwood Road in North Wildwood.
So I'm betting that they probably they've put up some what do they call them? Shot detectors. They might have set them up in the area.
DC had them permanently established. They could, just the same as you would with a signal from a cell phone. They have them throughout the area. They triangulate what they hear, and they can tell you how far away it is from each one, giving you an actual location.
Wow. Although I don't know in a situation like this that a shot detector would be. Knowing the terrain, it's probably a lot of hills and valleys. And it's a mountainous area of East Tennessee.
That's an issue in DC as well because it bounces off buildings. So they have them on like the wider avenues. So there's more space as opposed to the more narrow streets that are going to confine that signal.
Okay. I'm going to bring that picture of this gentleman back up here real quick. It's the gentleman they're looking for. Give his name again. I done forgot it already that fast. My memory's going. His name is Kenneth Dehart, age 42. He has dreadlocks. He was driving a silver Lexus. He's out of that vehicle. There was a red Nissan that apparently the girlfriend was with him. I shouldn't say girlfriend. A female was with him in. But I think they found that vehicle. So I don't know that it's interesting. This tweet came out from the FBI with the same photo of him. So the FBI is on the job out there.
Yeah, I was going to say it was probably then a bureau plane.
Yeah. That's good they hopped up that quick. Yeah, that plane's maintaining a really tight circle. He slowed down to 120 miles an hour, and he's still hovering right at 8,200 feet.
Do you know? Do you have an idea what kind of radius that is?
No, I really don't. I can zoom out. That's the city of Knoxville. So he's got a pretty big radius he's covering. But that's a lot of mountains right there too. Let's see if If I could pull up in Google Maps, see what the terrain is actually there. I'm going to guess that he's probably circling a mountain. And see, that makes the search even more difficult for everybody involved. And I'm not even sure what the weather is. I'll have to check the weather there. I think it was supposed to be raining there, so that doesn't help the canines very much either. Have you ever worked with those type of dogs?
Bloodhound type?
Yeah.
I had, when I was a police officer, we had a canine unit. I was a German Shepherd. The Secret Service has bomb and patrol detection. Well, bomb detection and patrol certified dogs. That is that includes scent. Yeah, the best thing you can do if you get a crime scene like that is don't touch a thing, unless obviously there's someone who's injured that needs first aid, because the scent of, in this case, our dude is going to be all over that first Lexus and then the Nissan. But if you go opening doors and doing things like that, then your scent's all over it too. And you're the most fresh.
And looking at the area he's circling, there's several mountains, pretty much one due northeast, one due northwest, that are about 1,000. Well, we call them ridges in Tennessee, and about 1,000 feet. And just west of that, the mountains or the ridges there are right at about 1,500 feet. But what it appears, he's got a really, really wide swath, but the wildwood is what appears to be like a little community in the valley. He's got
tighter street maps in the Wildwood area than there are in the surrounding.
Yeah. I'm trying to pull out and try and just to get an idea of how big of an area that is. That's pretty much, that's almost, to believe it or not, the North Carolina border. So they're pulling
that one metric at the bottom of your screen, the very bottom one, is distance, 122.3 miles, nautical miles.
That is his exact latitude and longitude right there, his position. So I think the distance is air miles from my actual location that it's picking up from my computer.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, for air miles, that's nothing, but to drive there would probably be a 4-hour drive. But yeah, he's got a really good swath. And like I said, it's almost to the North Carolina border, Tennessee, North Carolina border. Now, when they're doing something like this, Ross, they have, thank you, Billy said he's over here watching us on YouTube now. If, let's just say they're out there, they've got a permission to do this, they've probably got a judge that's issued, whatever, I'm going to call it a warrant so that they can collect the data and stuff. If they can collect something from some other case totally unrelated, can they keep that data? Or how does that work?
Yes, anything. If you had the legal authority to search something and you come across any contraband, or you come across anything that you can determine is evidence to another case, another crime, it can be seized. If a U.S. attorney or attorney general or district attorney decides that other documentation needs to be acquired, it can still be. It's like the fresh pursuit of evidence. It's not from a poisonous tree. You had the right to be in there based on the search warrant for what you were looking for. Now your search has to be relevant to what you're looking for. If you're looking for a shotgun in a house, you can't go opening drawers. Shotguns are going to be in a drawer.
That's why I always kidded that the HIPAA was invented because us paramedics are mischievous. We want to. We get on the scene and we get a person unconscious. We want to know where all the drugs are. And if PD's there, we're opening them up every drawer, every cabinet. We're searching for medication. It becomes open to them at that point. So I always said they invented the HIPAA so that we couldn't do that.
Well, I mean, that's why Miranda exists. Miranda versus Arizona, I think it was. Was arrested and was in the back of a patrol car while his arresting officers went and had lunch.
Oh my God. That's pretty bad. Cassie is reporting, I don't know who Cassie is, thank you, Cassie, that there was a car found with gunshots and a blood splatter, but we don't know what car that was. I never heard him say. I heard something about the bullet holes looked like they were inbound to the vehicle and they were up higher. So
Copy, what was across?
But yeah, I don't know which that was. If you're following me on Facebook and you want to come over, my regular YouTube page is probably the best place to catch me when I do these news breaks and updates. And I'm going to try and start doing them fairly often. The Para ROR Normal Guys with a Z is my YouTube channel. Please come over, like, follow, share, subscribe. And I'm on Twitter right now. I'm on Facebook. We're kind of all over,
Can you give me that numeric again?
over the place.
Did you add your destinations to mine the other night?
No, I don't have permission to add the app to Jurg's radio, or I would have. That would have been the only one that I would have added to.
No. I mean, when you and I co-hosted Jurg's Tonight, didn't you add some destinations to your profile? And you streamed my show?
I posted it later, yeah. But I didn't I didn't have the capability to live.
Yeah, because Restream does. Somebody, I thought it was you. We set up your destination so that you could stream while we were doing the show together.
No, I don't think so.
Because I tried to do that when I logged on here and I didn't see it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even have Restream installed.
StreamYard went right before I left them. They implemented that. And I think Riverside does it too.
Well, Streamlabs is constantly updating and upgrading their stuff, so
yeah,
it's possible. I've gotten more destinations. I just have to figure out, like we were talking about, that RMTP.
Yeah.
So
that's if you want to add something that they don't have. That's the type of protocol that you're doing with video and audio together.
It's a voice audio. As you can see, currently there are 6,008 listeners online to the Blount County Public Safety online scanner. So a lot of people. And it looks like we have about 7 or 8 over here. One of the comments said that the online scanner is about 2 minutes delayed, which would make sense. And I would appreciate, because I don't want to give out anything too major. Oh, Cassie said
I get what you're saying, that those who are listening are going to do the right thing and call in, but I'm just from the digital age, and just remember too much of the LA bank robbery, where the 2 robbers or 3 robbers, I forget how many there were watching the LAPD, in real time, because the media was putting it on the 4, 5, 6 o'clock news, whatever time it was.
Yeah, they were outgunned to start with on top of that. So yeah. I would try and I even think the ABS the ADS is delayed by a minute or 2. So nothing I'm streaming or giving out is.
Oh, you're doing great. No, you're doing great.
It's close. It's all public access, so I won't get you in trouble, Ross. So,
No, I ain't worried about it.
Unfortunately, in this stage of the investigation, I don't want to say they're chasing every little ghost or whiff, but a lot of times they have so many units, they're deploying them over such a large area. They tend to quiet down, and they'll go to what we call talk around.
Yeah. A secure channel.
Yeah. And Cassie was saying that's good information. Yeah, because I know Knox County had one. THP had one, and I'm not sure who the other agency was, but there was 3 helicopters up and searching. I knew
1112 command.
I knew one of them needed fuel. I think it was THP. But
We're going on a single leg with KPD, Weigels, corner of
Wow.
Gallagher, Middlebrook, to check that Bakertown address. We'll be filming in about 10 to 12.
wow, that's quite a ways away. That's in the city of
Be advised,
Knoxville.
the CID's already out there. Can you confirm the apartment number that you got?
Didn't I?
Friend of my YouTube is Para R Normal Guys with a Z. 3 different words. Para
107.
R Normal Guys. I guess it's 4, isn't it?
CID's 97 advising
It's late.
he's not on apartment 107.
So I'm seeing a measurement in the bottom left of your screen. It's about a half a mile in length. So I'm guessing it's probably about a 6-mile diameter.
That'd probably be about right. Because unfortunately, I could probably change the maps to topography or street. I've never really fooled with that. I'm not going to fool with it while we got something live going on in case I break it.
Yeah, that's how it happens.
Get it. Basically, at the top of each the circle, and at the bottom of each circle, like if you were to make a square, there's 1,000 to 1,500 foot ridges, depending on what part of the country you're from. And Cassie, you're right. They do have a lot of drones in the area because I heard him trying to look into a window on a drone. So, which is interesting because if
That's
they can't see it, well, I mean, it's open air. It's for the, and it's open air. So as long as they don't go inside, they have the permission to fly. So the blinds are open.
Oh, wow. The DEA got their tit in a ringer when I was a young agent. They had heat sinking equipment, and they were driving around with that, with looking for attics that had lights on at night while everybody else would have been sleeping, suggesting that it was marijuana grow, and that all got thrown out.
Okay, so one guy's reporting that they've already deleted the feed where you could hear live what happened, which that's not a bad thing. There's some things that the public doesn't need to know about our business.
So he said that was the did I say Blount County?
Blount. It's like Blount, like a blunt tip. Blount County. They've taken the scanner feed that they archive, because you can pay to subscribe to get any scanner on their service and go back up and listen to something that happened hours ago or sometimes days ago. But apparently they've deleted the whole feed for yesterday for Blount County.
You mean when the actual shooting took place?
Yeah. Which is good.
I
wonder if that call sign is Kilo 1.
Anything copy?
copy. We are at the intersection at Wildwood, Andy Harris. Going to try to recast it. It's a bloodhound, I guess.
Okay, so no, it's not. It wouldn't surprise me if they took the feed down, especially with it being ongoing for so long. But like I said, at one point in time, there's over 6,000 people listening. You know, I have an opinion about that both ways. I think it's a good thing to have, but I think it's a bad thing to have as well, because like I said, there's somebody listening to their scanner in their living room, hears something go down the street, and they notice that their barn door is closed. Well, they could save them a lot of time and maybe catch a bad guy if they knew, you know? So I have a pros and cons with it, especially having worked in public safety.
Yep.
Oh. Cassie was saying that she was surprised they haven't moved to TAC. I'm sure that the SWAT teams are on their own TAC, and they're probably encrypted on Talk Around. Another tool that they'll do is they'll bring out portable scanners, especially in an area like East Tennessee where there's such a, there's such hills and valleys and stuff to get the signal over. They'll have a mobile repeater that they'll bring out, and they'll set it up. Some actually cruisers have them in it. That would be a good resource to have if you're searching an area that's got such topography. When I first tried to come on, it was much more active. So they were doing a lot more talking. So they're really narrowing down, it sounds like. It's hard to get away from the canines. It's even harder to get away from FLIR.
You can't outrun Motorola. Call for help.
Yeah, exactly. It's quieted down a whole lot from when I first was trying to go live. I was hoping to have gotten some of that out about the grandparents or the grandmother and the red Nissan. Cassie, do you know if they found that red Nissan by any chance? If anybody wants to call in, I opened up our phone lines. It's 1-888-88-YERGZ. That's 1-888-88-YERGZ on your phone pad. If you want to call in, if you just happen to find us, or you've been watching the news and you just want to get something off your chest, call us, talk to us.
Yeah, we need to schedule that training with Ring Central too, because I have it open. I don't know how to send it to you. So I think the numbers.
As long as one of us gets it, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, as long as one of us gets it. If you get it first, that's fine. You can open it. Might be better because it would pop up on my screen. It might show the phone number. That would be bad. That would be really bad.
Go ahead.
Somebody alerted Wendell that I'm live. Usually he's all over it, so. Cassie does report that they found the red Nissan. Okay. So he's probably swapped vehicles again.
But they were talking about an abandoned house that he could be hiding in too, weren't they?
Yes. So she said they found. She's reporting that they have found the Lexus and the Nissan. So he's either on
up since 7 this morning.
Yeah, I don't know how long I'll keep it up, but it looks like he's deviating a little bit. I mean, he needs fuel. Surely he shouldn't need fuel. That's long. That's short of time, but.
Well, he probably didn't follow up because he wanted to get back up in the air.
Yeah, that's true. He probably, I don't know where he hopped in from, but probably Nashville.
Isn't there an airport right there?
Yeah, just to the left, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally right there. So There's actually another one in Knoxville, Island Home Airport up in here. McGee Tyson is literally right there. The Air National Guard is there as well. Yeah, see, there's the airport. That's where he came out of. Cassie says she doesn't remember which one had the gunshots in the splatter. I didn't catch it, but I was thinking that it was the silver one. I would guess he's probably going to go fuel up, and we wouldn't probably hear any communication from him. He would probably be communicating directly to command via private link.
Well, he's probably talking to the tower if he's going back.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously he's talking to the tower, but as far as relaying any information that they found, the scanner nerd in me would just love to have a quick peek into that plane.
Yeah. Did you say somebody had the tail number on it?
Yeah, the tail number is November 563 Mike Golf. So you can
around, drop their 380 on your rock.
You can probably get some pictures off of the internet. No, he's going.
Y'all on the right lane. I think.
Made a little swipe, a little bit. So that would be northeast of where the original flight pattern was. Cassie?
No, he's not. He's this is looking like a TBI.
Oh, okay. Cassie, I assume you live in the area? Stop sharing here for a minute so I don't pull that up inadvertently. Somebody sent me something. I want to see what they sent me, but I don't want to show it up there. Okay. I'm going to send you something, Ross.
All right.
I'll send it in Messenger. Don't play it over the air if you can.
Is it that other file?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should be in
Right,
inbox.
get you down through there from there.
See, somebody sent me. Yeah, it's just a little prop plane from TBI. Interesting. I didn't know TBI had such technology.
Yeah, it's, one of the stories here says director defends use of agencies $500. That's a dollar sign. Sorry, $10 million airplane.
Myself,
That's
1266.
wow.
Check out 3434 Superior Road.
Oh, okay. Cassie is in College Station, Texas. Great. Welcome. We're going out on.
Come up to us and advise us around 10:02. They saw something over there at the abandoned car lot.
We're going out live over Yerg's Radio, which is a net radio as well out of Tampa. We're going out, like I said, over Facebook, YouTube, a couple other places. Bring that stream back up there. Move my goofy stream up there. Oh, welcome, Cassie. Sorry I'm doing such a... I've never done one of these before. I've been wanting to do one if I had something. I obviously did not want it to be, especially since I'm a member of public safety. Anyone getting injured, I don't want anyone injured at all, but I wanted to start doing some live breaking in alerts on incidents if they occur.
You call me 380. 372.
Trying to hone up my news skills from when I was a newspaper photographer. This is a total different end of it for me. Did you get it, Ross? He might be listening to something else, though. Cassie, how did you find us from College Station, Texas? He's maintaining. He's around 106. Now he's dropped his altitude down a little bit to 7,200 feet. And Brenda, if you're still listening, I don't know where Dina is. Asked earlier. You're muted, Ross.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
I muted everything, just to be safe about, listening to that clip. And it's about 58 seconds long. And at about 30 seconds is when you hear the emergency alert go off. And then it's just, his request for assistance. And he's identified him as being shot. But probably not to play that live tonight.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't play that. Yeah, I agree. Cassie says that the scanner went off with an alert, and so she started listening, got the kids to sleep, and then she went to Google to do some investigating and found us. Well, that's basically, I'm from the East Tennessee area, so I always try and keep an eye out for things going on in East Tennessee. And I saw my Facebook feed starting to light up with blue lines, thin blue lines and prayers for Blount County. And I'm like, uh-oh, I know people that work there. So I started checking into it.
Welcome, Cassie.
Yeah, it's sometimes those things are difficult to listen to. I had an officer-involved shooting that I went to one night in the middle of the night. And when I got there, they didn't tell us it was an officer-involved shooting. And I was the first one to arrive on scene. I was half asleep. And I pull up and I'm like, okay, where's the patient? And this cop starts screaming at me. Why are you worried about him? Worry about me. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So there's so much adrenaline going on at that moment. It's hard to focus. Cassie says this is what she does when she's not at work or playing Mama. So cool. Well, Cassie, you can find me pretty much anywhere. And if you hear something I don't hear, let me know. Yeah, see, there he's talking about having the Bearcat. Y'all are my types of peeps.
Can you go back to the intersection where you dropped us off? We're gonna get back up and head somewhere else.
I want this one. I hit the wrong button. I need this one here.
Charlie 3, Charlie 1. Go ahead. Advise you K9 wants to go back to where the car was located and start from there and see what the dog does, and then make a final decision there.
10-4. Call me when you get an opportunity.
Yeah, Cassie, you're saying talking about the officer-involved shooting or the tow truck driver. And the tow truck driver was an ex-con, too. It was insane video. I did see that one. And like I said, I think that goes back to prove my point. There's still a lot of good people out there. I don't know what he was
TSP 1191
ex-con for, but he did his time. Did his time, got out, and he didn't seem to think twice about all the bullets when he grabbed the officer and drug him back. I don't know if you saw that, Ross, that video, but that was a pretty crazy one.
Was that that wasn't tonight? It was another one.
Yeah, it was another one. It seemed like it was on a major road or maybe a freeway, and he was on traffic stop. And as you know, things go bad, and the other officers had arrived, and they were going to, what police officers are trained to do, run towards the shooting. And the tow truck driver realized nobody's tending to the shot officer. He ran and grabbed him and drug him back behind his tow truck. And the cop was kind of confused because he was confused about why the guy was grabbing him. He's like, no, I'm here to help you.
4466-709.
Says it was on 290 during rush hour. Yeah, it was insane. He was in for drugs, got rehabilitated, and he said, what are we to do? I'll run to help. She's right. I was in the fire academy. They teach us some basic how to take care of yourself and not get yourself injured. It's real basic. And the officer that was teaching a class said, if you see something and you're driving down the road coming back from a call and you see an officer fighting or something, don't hesitate to jump out and help. And to me, that was never a question in my mind, whether I was on the ambulance or the fire truck. We were, I've done it. And one of the young person in the fire academy said, well, I don't know that I support the police enough to do that. And there was this just pin drop and everybody just turned and looked at him. Why are you here then?
Yeah.
He did not make it through the fire academy.
But I've seen that though. There's often an animosity between law enforcement and EMS.
There is, but it's if something happens, we're all one. We give you, I kid the guys on the Green Guardian show tomorrow. I'm like, hey, you're only cops because you couldn't pass the fire department entrance exam. We can give each other crap back and forth, but we're all one. Yes, the tow truck driver did. He took his belt off and used it as a tourniquet.
Hang on. Do you guys have any heartburn if we stop right here and go back to where the car and go from there?
Yeah, he put his own tourniquet on the officer. It was
he knows
leg shot.
Exactly we went before, correct?
A tourniquet or a belt or anything that you can constrict, even a blood pressure cuff that you can constrict to save an extremity, slow the bleeding. By all means, do it. A lot of officers, and we do too, carry it on our duty belts. It's called the Israel tourniquet.
12 command.
It's basically a Velcro strap with a plastic knob on it, so to speak.
To go up against the vein.
Yes.
KPD, we're going to an apartment complex called Nature's Cove, where they have an apartment number 107.
There to the canine unit. Looks like out in front of you there. I believe it's a dog running near that tree line over towards Old Nails Creek Road.
Yeah, in a pinch, you can use anything. Any type of wide strap. You really want it to be at least half-inch, quarter-inch wide.
I'm leaving perimeter. I'll be in right to BMH.
Okay, so he's going to Blount County Hospital. I don't know why.
Which is Cassie watching on Paranormal?
I get either that or my private one, but she's on YouTube.
Yeah, because I'm on Paranormal. I don't see her there.
Okay.
I gave her all the information on where she can continue to follow us on Yerg's Radio, and That didn't help because she ain't there.
You could take over and tell everybody all that if you want.
Well, I was going to put it in the chat, but only a host can do that. So that, well, I'll just, I see that there's a YouTube logo by her name. So I just thought, well, I'll log in quick and give her yergsradio.com and wdjyfm.com and all the future places where you can find us. And that ain't going to help. She ain't going to see it.
She found me. She's on my personal page. So.
There it is. I don't even have that. Cassie's got the bat phone.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I would. It's late. I'll probably say something stupid. So.
Command myself and 1236.
As only we can do.
Yeah. I got this little background music that was playing. I was like, it's just too short. She says Google. Well, you can also go, you can subscribe to my personal page, or you can go over to, you'll get all the same stuff, but,
yeah, just, we're paralleling Alfred McCammon, headed back towards, Martin.
Yeah, they're in the woods doing some serious, hiking.
Oh, Candy Harris, sorry. Candy Harris towards Martin.
Cassie, you could subscribe there, or you can come over to the Para R Normal Guys with a Z and subscribe there too. You get the same thing, but that's the page where I'll put out all my shows and stuff. It's funny how Google search found me that quick though, so that's I'm impressed. I tried to put I was loading it, like breaking news hashtag and stuff, so who knows if that helps. But at any point in time, what I've been watching, it looks like we've had anywhere from 12 to now we have 7 viewers, so that's good. Plus, I don't know on Facebook how many people are Twitter even. Twitter sometimes will rack up the views and you don't even know it.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Biden did fire at the special counsel too.
I told you. That's what that was about.
I didn't realize that. Well, he was shots fired at the media as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He says she is a sleuth. She shares with her local news gurus. Well, Cassie, you can send me a message. I'll give you my email, and you can any breaking news.
Send it to the Tampa office as well.
Yeah. Are you good? What's your news at yergs.com?
Yep. News, NEWZ. We like our Z's here. NEWZ at yergs, YERGZ.com.
Yeah. Yeah. That'll.
I got to get your Yergs Radio email.
Yes, you do. Yeah, like Sportcat at Yergs Radio or something.
Yeah. Is that what you want?
Well, yeah. It'll be easy to remember. Sportcat at yergs.com.
It would be yergsradio.com, but yeah.
Yeah, same thing. Even better.
The Yergs Radio email comes with our hosting with BR Logic. Yergs is mine through GoDaddy, and they are pricey.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I was looking at Podbean since Google Podcast is going away, and they're not very reasonable.
Yeah, no, I don't like them either, and Spotify's going away too.
Is Spotify going away?
My co-host Jane Stahl just told me that while I was actually on with Marcella, my other co-host, earlier this evening, that Spotify is being swallowed up by Riverside.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I still use Anchor, which is basically Spotify.
That's what I'm worried about because I use both. One of my Anchor is like up the middle, and Spotify or vice versa, and Spotify is both sides now. The one that I do with Jane.
306, 315. I just gathered up 346 as well.
I wonder what they're doing in Knoxville. It's probably got to do with that female.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a lead.
Yeah, and they're going to the apartment, so.
$11:30, command.
Go ahead.
Patient is clear. There's actually a property owner here. He's been here all night. He's locked all of his stuff up. He's been in the building all night.
That's one lead gone.
Copy.
We can't carry it, but says that WATE TV is about to do a briefing. If you want to pull up one of your screens and see, we can't share that, unfortunately, though, for copyright reasons.
Who is doing it?
WATE TV.
WAT.
E.
So I thought you said.
Yeah. Cassie, that's just the jet, or it's a prop plane. If I can, what does that do for me? Oh.
Comm Center Day, any county supervisor.
It just gives you what they've been doing. So
65, go ahead. 65, can you give me a call here, dispatch, please?
it's a 2014 plane. Been around a bit. Should probably check my phone. Put it on vibrate when all this started, so that I wouldn't have ringtones going off.
They announced the officer's name. I don't know if you knew that yet.
No, I did not. Billy says that they're about to go live on Facebook with WATE. So it's WATE TV in Knoxville. Billy said that they're about to go live on Facebook. It's a different Brenda.
Don't know why that's. That's why.
Well, Bo, like you said, we learned about 25 minutes.
Same route.
On foot. His last.
You didn't want to play that over the thing, right?
Was that from WATE?
Yeah.
I think we can't for copyright reasons.
I do NPR every day, and nobody's ever said anything.
NPR is.
I think we just have to say that it is courtesy of. We have to credit them for launching it.
Oh, gotcha.
You want me to share the screen?
Yeah, if you want, that's fine.
We'll keep you updated when we do hear from the sheriff, but for now in Blount County, Ella Wales, WATE 6 on your side.
All right, Ella, thank you. And again, we do want to try to give you another look here at who deputies are looking for tonight. As you just saw a moment ago, Ella telling us about 42-year-old Kenneth DeHart. We are told that he has dreadlocks. At one point was driving a silver Lexus. He is considered armed and dangerous. As you heard from Ella just a moment ago, he could be on foot now in the Wildwood area there in Blount County. Of course, we're going to continue to bring you updates in this newscast. We will also post new information for you online at WATE.com, as well as our free news app. But keep it tuned to WATE for all the latest. And again, we'll continue to keep you up to date on the search for Kenneth DeHart.
Menopause. Got your attention?
Yep, got my attention.
Yeah, that will get your attention.
Check back with WATE. And again, we want to thank WATE for that in Knoxville.
Absolutely. As he says, the TBI Aviation Unit includes 5 commissioned special agents, 1 criminal intelligence analyst, 2 of whom are mission pilots, and 3 tactical flight officers.
Smell you, Cassie, with some info.
Yeah, we need to add her to your news.
Gladly.
The unit is also supported by 2 contract pilots that allow the Bureau to service the numerous calls for service that they receive annually. Sweet.
Sportcat, do you want the C capitalized?
Oh, in the email address? No, it's just Sportcat, SPORTCAT. Yeah, just
do it, Kilo 1.
39931667798. How copy?
She said she would be glad to help. Awesome.
Awesome. Yeah.
66798.
39931667798.
Copy.
I don't normally do that, but I've been broadcasting for an hour and a half, so.
Hey. What's your favorite number?
24. I mean, there's already a sport cat. Is that what you're trying to tell me? I don't like to have dead air, but same time, I don't want to.
You get the music going.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Kilo 1, that air support.
Go ahead, Kilo 1.
You see our location?
Stand by. I think I'm on the wrong side of the trees from.
Copy that. I'm glad that didn't go across the feed.
Yeah, I sent that to. I double checked to make sure that wasn't into the para or normal chat group also, because that one was going a mile a minute during my show tonight.
Yeah, well, we have a habit to ramble in the group sometimes. We don't usually talk politics, but when the president broke in, took command of the airways, which the president is entitled to. A lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah.
We have that right now.
Of course, there.
I'm going to move this over here just in case.
So I wonder if we, that back end that you can use for our website.
Air 336 is going to give you a location, try to walk you into a location they want you to check, please.
It's like the sheriff
you'll go directly
held up a picture of him, so.
Oh, are they doing where'd you see that?
Somebody sent it to me. Well, I'll send it to you.
Oh, you looks like deputy?
Looks like, yeah, they might have it up on Twitter already. Let me see.
I see the picture with the deputy
One up right here as well.
Deputy McGowan.
Here to the intersection of Wildwood, North Wildwood, that wooded section. I know you've been over a few times. If you don't care, just check it pretty good.
Yes, sir. I'll give it a look. Kilo 1, do you need to inspector anymore for a second?
Yeah, that's the same one I see here.
Yeah, it's from WAT from the press conference.
It should be kind of southeast from where their track is right now. It's where we heard the single gunshot earlier, or about 45 minutes ago. Just double check it for us.
Yes, sir. I remember seeing that water tower out there.
She's trying to find the official group page, but can't. If you don't do Facebook, our official, the PARAOR, separate words, normal, separate word, guys with a Z is our official, my official. Ross's Talk TV 24 isn't as your official one.
372 sector. It'll be southwest to west of the water tower.
10-4, west, southwest of the water tower.
Temple.
There's a better picture or better copy of the picture. I hope they find this guy. He needs to be incarcerated. Trying to look and see if there's any other news on Twitter. Just that search brought up some scary stuff on YouTube. I know, Ross, whenever I forget to find yours in a hurry and I put in like Talk TV 24, it brings up like 10 other things.
So, you know what? I thought that I was doing really well with that as a search thing, but if you enter it, multiple times from like the same browser, as in like your computer, it's going to bring that back up. It's going to bring that back up first. So it's not like I was coming up Yergs, for example, in the in search engine optimization.
Gotcha. There's the official YouTube page for me, so. And if anybody does want to talk,
give me a call.
1-888-88-YERGZ. 1-888-88-YERGZ. If you want to call us and talk. Yes, he was trying to find us, but had difficulty. She says, hey, did the guy get pulled over? And wants to know why he shot the officer in the other one. Yeah, it was a traffic stop. I do know that. I don't know what their PC was for pulling him over. So I don't have that information. That's probably in a press release that you can find on the Blount County Sheriff's Department page. But, a lot of traffic stops are just initiated for something simple. Taillight out, improper lane change. And you never know who you're... As a paramedic, I never knew... never knew, who I was going to be coming up on. So...
313.
So you're always careful and cautious.
178 Faithway, 178 Faithway, cross at Damascus Way. Play advised dogs start barking, looks like
you're muted if you can hear me.
Planet's worried it may be the man we're looking for. Hasn't seen anything.
What was it, Ross?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to advise him on that now. 13 minutes.
10-4. I was unadvised. Thank you.
Yeah, I got that. Billy. Excuse me, Maynardville boy.
Hey, you had hit a button.
Am I live? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I got you back again. You had hit something and you went everything because I lost the music and everything. And as a result, I missed a wireless caller. If that wireless caller wants to call us back, I'll take you this time. Hang on 1 second.
All right.
10-4.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Can you hear us?
I can.
Who's this?
Cassie.
This is Cassie. Are you still listening to us?
Yeah, here, Nico.
Yeah, can you turn us down in the background because that's going to cause what's called a loop.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Glenn, can you hear us?
Muted, y'all.
I can hear you. Yes.
You're muted again, Glenn.
Why am I muted?
Oh, I wonder.
I'm showing on my mic. I got
because Cassie, I'm going to put you on hold for a second.
Okay.
It's showing my mic is live.
Can
So
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Ever since I don't know why this is. We've got Cassie on the line, but I can't put her through because that's what seems to be muting you.
I hear this. You can go ahead and talk to her. I don't need to talk for a few minutes. I've talked for an hour and a half. So go ahead, carry on for a few minutes. You can go ahead and talk to her. I don't need to talk for a few minutes. I've talked for an hour and a half. So go ahead, carry on for a few minutes. You can go ahead and talk to her. I don't need to talk for a few minutes. I've talked. Whoa.
Yeah, that's why that happens.
Yeah, go ahead if that's fine. I can take a few minutes.
I am.
Glenn, wave if you can hear us.
I hear you loud and clear.
You heard Cassie?
Yes.
Okay, for some reason I can't get him back to me, and that means you couldn't hear Glenn at all, could you, Cassie?
I could not, but I could turn on the volume because that loop wasn't going to be there.
Yeah, if you get like a headset or something like that, or anything like that, yeah. What
So
do you do stuff like this a lot in Texas?
Hi. I do. I do a lot of our local stuff. I listen to our local scanner almost all the time, probably way too much. And then I keep our local news anchor in the loop when stuff's going on, and it really interests me. So I have also just started college to get my criminal justice degree.
Nice.
And I'm going to do a PI program, and we've got a group of us that are going to start a little PI program here in town just to look at old cold cases and try to help people out. And then my goal is to volunteer to be in courts like our child support courts or our domestic violence courts, so that those people feel like they have a voice, and just hopefully make a difference, because I know a couple of people around town have made a difference in mine, and or I've been in that situation where I have felt like I didn't have a voice, or I couldn't stand up and say anything. So so I listen, and I get alerts on my phone when crazy stuff's happening all around the world, and I'll just tune in and listen, and then I start my own little investigation, and I found you guys.
Well done.
So
I am.
just thought I'd call and say hello.
There we
and
go.
introduce myself.
Very. Glenn, say something.
Audio check. Test 1, 2.
All right. Yeah, found it. I figured it out.
Yeah.
There he is. All right. Good, good, good.
Maynardville boy, I did get that email. Thank you.
Apparently, the error in why we were not working was somewhere between the chair and the keyboard here on my end.
The chair and the keyboard?
Yeah. No, that means the guy sitting in the seat. Now, what happened, I don't know why that happened, but when the call came on, the individual volume for Google on this particular channel and DaVinci Resolve, which I'm doing some editing for a radio show, and OBS all went to 0, even though the main channel frequency or volume stayed put, and that's why I thought it was on Glenn's end instead of mine.
Huh.
But as is often the case, I'm the one.
Well,
He's always the guy.
happy to help y'all out if y'all are doing a show or something, and y'all need someone in the background to look up. Like, I just Googled that airplane and the tail number, and found that information on who they contract to, and was able to provide that, because I heard y'all asking, like, I wonder why and who it is, and in my mind I'm going, why aren't there police helicopters in the area? Why aren't there news helicopters in the area?
Yeah.
And it didn't make sense. So just looking at the tail number and knowing how to do that, brought up the picture and the officers that are on board and what they do, and I think it's really cool what they do. So
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if you get anything national, include that email address. If you get anything in Florida or Pennsylvania, include that email address. And likewise,
I definitely will.
send us a message so we know where to send some info to you.
Okay, that sounds good.
Brenda wants to know where she is from.
Yeah, that's absolutely. Yeah, if I get anything there, and I've been in the federal government, so there's going to be plenty coming that way.
Yeah, there is.
So yeah, happy to share it.
Well, that sounds good. Well, it's great to quote unquote meet y'all, and yeah, if you guys need any help or anything, I can message y'all my email address or whatever. Or y'all can message me on here, and if I'm not at work and not chasing a 4-year-old, then I can. I'm usually listening or on my computer looking up weird investigations.
Yeah, very cool. That's good that you're doing that.
You think a 4-year-old is the hardest part of your job.
Yeah. After 21 years in the Secret Service, it's somebody else's turn.
Hey, I'm about to be 40 years old.
Wow.
Just now going, wow, maybe I don't need to be in the vet field working with dogs and cats and things that can bite me and hurt me. And maybe I want to be an advocate and be a part of a CIT team and
out here in the woods.
try to advocate, for people that don't feel like they have a voice. So
it'll be 2 years ago this summer that I first met my son that I'm in the process of adopting.
Off of Old Mills Creek.
That's awesome.
And you're an old man, Ross. So
yeah, that's why I did a teenager.
I think Brenda was asking where she's from, and I think she told us earlier she was College Station, Texas. Is that correct?
Yeah, College Station, right, Cassie?
College Station, and the only reason why you will ever know of us is of Texas A&M University.
Yep.
In the past, claim to fame, most recently Johnny Manziel. But yeah, good old Aggieland, Texas.
Wasn't isn't that where one of the Bush daughters went to, or both of them?
Both of them, and they both of the Bushes are buried here. We have President Bush's library is here locally. They are
ready to
all the games. They still own a home here. I've been to plenty of galas with A&M and have had the opportunity to meet them and Don McLean and some pretty awesome people around here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, well, I will let you guys get back. I'm listening to the scanner too. This is now in my brain, so I'm wide awake and gonna see this movie.
I know that feeling. Send us your info, Cassie, so we can swap info or swap stories when they come along.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Have her on the shows too.
39
Yeah, absolutely.
0
Thanks.
All right, Cassie.
0 3 4. Got fresh footprints here.
So,
I think in the background they were having an active track with some fresh footprints. If I understood correctly. And she was asking about news helicopters. I don't think in Knoxville there is a news station that has a helicopter. I think that the only traffic helicopter belongs to WIVK, which is a country and western station. Somebody in Tennessee can correct me if I'm wrong, but last I heard that was the only one. And Billy, yeah, I can see your comments in both. I just don't want to bring that screen up because I've got the one screen shared. That's great she called in, Ross.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely is.
It's just that they don't have one out in her part of Texas. Here in Atlanta, where I'm at, we call them media force because whenever we have a active situation, there's all three networks plus there's some national networks here. Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's all kinds of helicopters flying around the Tampa Bay.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Unfortunately, I've been on them one too many times. So, you crash on interstate or other scene.
Yeah, I've flown with a couple different state police, around the country on our protective missions, and I also flew regularly with the U.S. Park Police.
They get some nice helicopters. Park Police do.
Yeah, they got the big Bells, 412s.
Yeah, 412s, yeah.
Hey, Billy.
Beautiful birds. I was listening to the scanner here recently, and they set one down in the reflecting pool because they said they had somebody drowning in the reflecting pool, so they just set it down in the reflecting pool. I don't know how you would drown in the reflecting pool, but
it's 2 feet deep.
I know. That's why they landed in the middle of it. I would listen to that live. I was like, how do you drown in the reflecting? I guess it's possible if you fell and hit your head or something, but
only one that all
recently
are not assigned to Kilo 1. All SWAT assets that are not assigned to Kilo 1 need you to rally at Central Point Baptist Church.
I don't know where Central Point Baptist Church is, but it sounds like they're moving everybody in to go to one location, would be my guess.
That needs to include our equipment truck and the Bearcats.
Must have a pretty good lead.
Rockford, Tennessee. 3617 Central Point Road, Rockford, Tennessee.
Where's that in relationship to Wildwood?
Maps. Northeast. By about 2 miles.
Okay, so they're still in that grid. He apparently hasn't escaped it. He says she worked with some Texas game wardens. Cool.
This is a K9 unit 2 on Creek.
According to Billy Rayleigh on Facebook, that's the center of where the plane is circling. Ross, when you started an internet radio station, was this one of the things you thought you'd be doing?
No, but I'm glad I did.
Well, I told you if I had something, I was going to try it out and see. And for people to be finding us like that, I think that's pretty awesome. So, out to YoursRadio.com. You can go if you got to leave, you can turn on the audio only on YoursRadio.com. Of course, you can find us all over on YouTube and Facebook. So, is he going to go claim sanctuary? No, I'm guessing that probably is a large enough parking lot to hold the amount of SWAT vehicles they've had, because they've called in units. Knox County, Knoxville, city of Knoxville is involved. I know Sevier County is, Roane and Loudoun counties are. It's a lot of officers, so that's probably just a rally point for them to go to another address. And they're being tactical too. That they don't want to put stuff out over the radio too as well. So they're probably having what we used to call a face-to-face. You go to this area, rendezvous, get a face-to-face briefing, and then they'd tell you where to go from there. We use that a lot in hazmat. When you go to church parking lots and say, okay, you're going to this coordinate and do this, that, blah, blah, blah. Your team 1, your team 2. So, and you're right, it can be an LZ. I did hear them say they took somebody to Blount Memorial Hospital. I don't know if that was related though.
Yeah, there's a pretty big parking lot in the front of that church.
Yeah. It's my guess that's what they're doing.
Do you have info on that, Cassie, or you just throwing a guess out?
Yeah, they're still. Last I heard, they were still looking for her. But if they found the red car, oh yeah, that's parking lot. It's huge. Plus, there's area for an LZ. There looks like a ball field over there. Oh yeah, that would be a perfect location for them to do a rendezvous and meet up. And basically, like I said, and Ross could chime in, but from my time on hazmat units, when they would send you to a location like that, that's what they're doing, is they're having face-to-face. You know, they've got units that don't have the same radio frequencies. They've got people that don't talk the same talk, so they're going to get
right now. We're just like
organizing the motorcade.
Yeah, it's just a face-to-face where, and they'll pass out even more sensitive information. So, in case anybody was wondering, my experiences in fire rescue EMS. Ross is the secret squirrel, so we're not sure what all he's done, but you know, he's got the law enforcement background.
Not anymore.
Realize you were too old to run after the bad guys.
When it's time to go to the bathroom and get a pee break, I got to go. I can't wait for him to get there. I was thinking that if I would still be standing in post somewhere, I'd be wearing an adult diaper.
Yeah, one of my guests coming up on the Grin and Guardian gang was an Arlington City police officer. And, okay, Billy says that on WAT briefing, they said that the female deputy at radio shots fired also returned fire. Hopefully they got winged him. Maybe that's what the blood's from.
Yeah, exactly. What didn't one of those say that there was blood splatter on it?
Yeah, there was blood splatter on one of the vehicles. So I think that was the TBI unit that I heard that from. What was I talking about? I totally lost my train of thought.
Arlington PD.
Yeah, he's coming up in a few weeks on the Grin and Guardian gang. He was an Arlington County police or Arlington City police officer in 9/11, and he basically just rolled up on it. And they assigned him to guard a certain door at the Pentagon. I assume it was the Pentagon. Wherever it was, I don't know. He can tell the story. And they forgot about him for 24 hours. He stayed on post. And finally he called. And he's like, "Hey guys, I need to eat and pee. Can I get some relief here?" And they're like, "Who are you?" See if I can get him to tell that story on the Grin and Guardian.
Yeah. Had that feeling many times.
313.
Oh, what's worse is being in the stupid hazmat. The balloon. Oh, it's miserable. Yes, he says there's an Asheville helicopter heading that way on FlightAware. Well, now keep in mind, well, Cassie, you might not be aware, but the University of Tennessee Medical Center is a level 1 trauma, and it serves pretty much all of East Tennessee, part of the Carolinas, technically part of Georgia. It's got a huge coverage because of the hospital systems being so scarce in the rural areas. And even if it is North Carolina, they will go over there. They've since ventured out, and they've got Lifestar 1, 2, and 3 stationed pretty much up and down 40 and 75 going towards Kentucky. Because, yes, and actually, when I was in paramedic school, I flew up to Kentucky and picked up a patient at a hospital that was a trauma and brought him back to UT. So, yeah, they serve a huge area because of the lack of hospitals in the rural areas. It's a big problem in this country. That's the joke about Grady Hospital here in Atlanta. Whenever you go there, it's so busy, but it's so busy because it's serving such a large, not only metropolitan area, but it's serving as a level 1 trauma center for so many counties. And you know, the joke is you don't want to go to Grady unless you're burnt or hurt or messed up really bad. Otherwise, you're going to wait a while. So. It's a great hospital. Emory used to have a level 2 trauma center, kind of almost right next door. And I like to call the docs there because a lot of times it was the same docs. And be like, "Hey, this isn't as bad. Can I hop over here to you guys?" And they would usually accept. So, but if it's got to go straight to the OR, you got to go to level 1 trauma center. And they probably somewhere, either Lifestar or one of the private medevacs is probably on standby, dedicated specifically for this mission. That's pretty much routine, I've found. Because obviously he didn't go go quietly with one officer. So
Kilo 1 spec, I got you.
Yes, sir. Just want to give a situational awareness. We've got about 30 more minutes here on station. We're going to have to return base. Maybe make a crew change or see where we're going from here.
that's a helicopter. Let me take it off of this guy. See if there's anybody else in the area. That's crazy. That's a UPS flight. That's a private jet. And that, I believe, is the medical helicopter. It's pretty crazy. They keep saying Hilo 1, so they may not be squawking. And what I mean by squawking is they may have their transponder turned off so that they can't be tracked. And with this guy being at 7,200 feet, he wouldn't be in their airspace at all, so they could operate under him. And yes, they do have multiple drones. I heard them talking about the drones. And that's really the way our technology is going, is drones. Drones can do so much now. In Prince George's County, Maryland, the 911 center has a drone fleet. And if they get a wreck on the interstate, because it'll take so long to get the responders and you may not get an ambulance for a while, they will dispatch a drone.
Do what?
And I found that just the drone will go, and because a lot of times people don't know if they're on east, west, north, south, first off, so they'll get a better location. And they can do a flyover and see, you know, are there multiple cars on the road or are there two cars pulled off on the side of the road with the roads, you know, with their hazards on, you know, so. And I think they can drop an AED also, which is crazy. You're going to parachute an AED in. Yeah, what they're doing is either probably talk or tack. Interval Boy says that what they call their drones could be Hilo 1. Well, you know, I guess a drone, I don't know necessarily if they use fuel or if they use electricity, but yeah, they would have to get some kind of in your experience, Ross, with drones and law enforcement?
Nope, because they're not even allowed near the White House.
Yeah, and I know there's technology. If you even lift one up the ground to take a picture of the Washington Monument, the second you light that thing 10 feet off the air, you guys know about it.
Yep.
Y'all got some.
Yeah. That is no different than any other aircraft. Even now, the larger remote controlled airplanes, model airplanes, you actually have to have an FCC, or not an FCC, an FAA license to what's called a drone license. Even the four rotor helicopter things that look like a toy that have a really good camera on the front of it, you have to be licensed to fly those things.
Yep. And I've been told, probably won't confirm nor deny this, but that they know that if somebody, let's just say some kid wants to get a picture of the top of the Washington Monument, that as soon as they lift off the ground, that they have the capability of either jamming them, taking them down, and there's already a team on the way.
Yep, and they don't get the drone back either.
That's an expensive toy to lose. Well, no fly zone around the White House is what, like 35 miles or something? 25?
No, it depends on the type of aircraft, because right alongside of it is the Potomac River, and that's the flight trajectory for Reagan Airport.
Yeah, they'll come off the 14th, or they'll come down by the Mount Vernon up the Potomac to land. Yeah,
and or down out of Great Falls.
True,
Like
yeah.
top of Georgetown. And sometimes they'll fly too far north and into what's called the P-56, which is the range. I don't know where that letter or number comes from, but it's the range, the outer perimeter immediately at Washington, D.C. And then there's another one that copies basically encircles the monuments, which actually technically includes the White House and the Capitol building.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an inner circle that even the medical helicopters can't break. But the medical helicopters, with permission of the towers, can come inside that to go to Washington Hospital Center or to land in any emergency in that area. What's Y-12?
Y-12 is where part of Oak Ridge, where they invented the first nuclear bomb. Just outside of Knoxville. And they still have stuff to do with CERN, and I'm trying to think of what some of the Black Ops projects are, but they do all kinds of things out there.
2 to 337.
Go ahead.
Just to confirm, you all are done with your track, correct? You're out of the field.
Yep, we are.
Cassie says that helicopter wasn't headed towards this area.
Back to where the car was located.
I need to go get something to drink and also check on the puppy, make sure he's in bed. Be right back.
Okay, I'm not going anywhere, I don't think. I'll just be talking to myself, so. Oh, we still have several viewers, so I'm not leaving yet. Materville boy, I'll wait till he gets back and put that up. But you would be surprised how many people don't know what that area is known for. It's crazy.
372 to 386.
Oh yeah, Cassie, I should be in bed too, but it's 2 in the morning our time here local, so I think you're an hour behind us. Yeah, it's late. I'm surprised Maynardville boy's hanging in there.
Reinforcement out to y'all about that.
But it does have our attention, and I don't want to let it go because I
here on Old Mills Creek.
want to see that this guy gets arrested and put in jail and caught. So that's right, Maynardville boy. It is the secret city. Well, I have a show to do tomorrow night, but I don't have to technically work. There's a book I'm supposed to be reading that I have not gotten to yet. I was thinking about this. If he is out and about this time of night, I'm not sure the weather there. Manorville boy, you can let me know the weather there. He's probably cold and exhausted, and he's caught into a certain area, so it's just a matter of time.
Unit calling up. Yes, sir. I'm at Seymour Fire.
I don't think Seymour Fire is close, but they may have units staged there. So Cassie, I have a terrible 2-year-old grandchild, so he probably won't let me sleep in too long. Okay, so someone shared the local radar with me. And yeah, it doesn't look like there's much rain in the area, so that's good. It didn't say the temperature, or I don't see the temperature, but here in Atlanta, it's 42, so it's got to be at least that there. .51 where Cassie is. Well, yeah, but you all get the hot weather during the summers where the temperature's like 3 digits, don't you? Couldn't do that. It's bad enough with in the high 90s here. When we hit a triple digit, it's shut the city down time. Okay, so Interval Boy says Seymour has a fire station down into the Blount County area. Okay. Oh, she says it's 51 in Manorville, Tennessee. I got you, Cassie. I'm a little slow. Glad y'all are hanging on. Makes me feel like I'm doing something right if I'm getting this info out. Manorville Boy says, no, it's 46 degrees in Manorville. Well, that's not that warm if you're hot and sweaty and running for a while. The sound of dogs, helicopters, and drones are not too far away.
Charlie 3, Charlie 1.
And a battalion of police officers ready to put you in cuffs.
Do you need the Bearcat for any reason? Or can we keep them?
Try it one more time.
Do you need Bearcat or can we keep them?
I'm sending it over to with Happy to a different location unless you have a specific need for it.
So he needs to go to Central Point, is that correct?
Yeah, I thought I made that clear earlier. Yeah, equipment van, Bearcat, all SWAT assets not involved with the Kilo 1 tracking team needs to go to Central Point.
I don't know where Central Point is.
That's the Baptist Church.
That's right. That's right. And Ross, Manorville Boy was surprised he didn't know about the Secret City, or home of the Manhattan Project. Y12 has got all the goodies out there.
No, the Kilo 1, I'm figuring out to be the canine unit.
I think that's correct. Ross, describe what a Bearcat is, because I've only really seen one from a distance. I've not got to play with one.
I got to remind myself. Give me a second.
Not to be confused with the Sportcat.
Yeah, that's why I had to think.
It is late, so. Oh, Y12 has their own private bear. Federal.
A Bearcat is an armored vehicle. It's like a really big Humvee, like an H2 or an H3. but it's called a G3, and it's about a $400,000 truck.
There's several of them there.
Yeah, it's loaded out with ballistic windows. It's the SWAT vehicles. It's loaded with armor, ballistic windows. That's not your basic box truck.
Bigger than my ambulance. Ross, I'm going to turn this scanner up for a minute.
Okay.
And I'm going to hop out of here for a minute and let you have it so I can get a drink of water and refill.
Get a little bit of cloud cover moving in. We're not being able to see the ground too well and we're near our fuel point anyway. So we're going to head back to base and regroup, and we'll touch base and see where we can go from there.
Is that the plane going back to base?
He said Spectre one.
We'll see you next time.
I don't know who Spectre one is. And that might make sense to be him, since he's at 7,000 feet. The cloud cover would probably on the mountains would really probably hamper his mission. We'll see if he peels off. I'm going to go get a drink of or refill my water jug.
I've had it. I'll be watching what I can see.
Take over there for a minute.
Maynardville boy. Oh, you're talking about the ones at that, I guess, nuclear area being Y12, what I learned about 10 minutes ago. Coming off the circle. Just off the screen to the west is the airport that he came up out of. Just apparently the cloud cover, Cassie. Cloud cover is cloud cover. You know, I know what it's like flying in some of those. Not a plane like that, but the big helicopters. If you can't see, you can't see. And I know they're flying with instruments, but that's still going to affect what they're looking for on the ground. And what they're going to do, it's the only thing continuing to fly is going to do is increase their risk of having an accident. So they'll go back, sit this out, and then as soon as there's a spot in the sky where they can get back up, then they'll do it. Yeah, somebody put on here cloud cover. Yeah, so that can only go through so much. Some of those heat sensors and the motion sensors that I talked about earlier. Once you start getting a thick cloud cover, light doesn't even go through that stuff. For example, in California, because the fog is so heavy, for you to be a legal emergency vehicle, it doesn't matter what color you have on. If you do not have the yellow amber color in your emergency lighting, you are not an emergency vehicle. You can have all the blue and red that you want. If you don't have amber, then you can't come out to play. All the street lights throughout Stanford University and all the college towns and anything in western part of San Francisco, right on the water, they're all an orange color, like what they call amber, because that is the strongest color of light to go through fog. Red is actually one of the worst. Then you've seen it. Blue is not bad. Red is actually one of the worst, but orange is actually the strong. This amber yellow is actually the strongest. Yeah, I definitely miss Napa and San Francisco. I was fortunate enough to be there during the cleaner years. Yeah, that what were we calling that? Spectre 1. He's gone. Oh yeah, I remember Lake Berryessa. I didn't get there. I got to Russian River. I knew people at Farniente, Nickel and Nickel, Klein. Gosh, it's been so long. Roche. Roche was one of my first wine clubs. He was checking in on Jurg's radio. Oh, where's my stuff? Here we go.
Okay, I'm back.
We're still here.
All right, and I see that. Yeah, he's probably headed up to Nashville. Don't know if there's any other. Nope, there's no one. If there's any military birds up. There's not even any military birds up. That's really unusual. Did they say anything while I was gone, Ross?
0. I didn't even know you actually had it turned up. We just watched which one was it? The Spectre 1 clear the area. And that was it.
Real 3 units, we're rolling. Make a hole at the entrance to 321.
Okay.
I need everybody to make way for evening shift to get up here.
Oh, okay. Shift change. I swore I thought he said somebody was bleeding.
Shift change at 2:40 in the morning.
I'm guessing they probably got people coming in early. That's a med flight. Yep, that's probably a med flight too.
337 through Lake.
That's our guy.
Yeah. Where's he going now?
He said it was about his end of his fuel, so I'm guessing he's probably going to fly up to Nashville. He's TBI, that's probably where he's based out of. It's the state capital. You probably knew that. And there's really no one else in the area. McGee Tyson is a decent sized airport, but
Did he go up out of Maryville, or what was that orange line that was in his path?
It looked like he did come up out of Maryville, so which he come up off of McGee Tyson. So he probably came to McGee Tyson, fueled up, and then relaunched. I'm gonna guess. His fuel window is probably enough to get.
Blount County's coming around here. They're running the traffic in front to run blocker for us.
Okay, why are they running block?
Block, is that the code?
That's where they shut down the intersections in front of them. They were headed to Knox County.
Evening shift, get in front of those other units.
They're running it like a motorcade. That means they're not planning on stopping.
Yeah, and he's head from 321, so they're coming 321. They're going to University of Tennessee. It's not that far.
Hey, you copy? You got the family.
Yeah, I mean, they're moving.
Yeah, something is going on. Sound like said, do you have the Penguin?
Somebody got eyes on the family. I understand that Paige is supposed to be escorting them. And they're running out white Suburban. 306, 303. I've got Paige behind me.
He's holed up somewhere.
Either that or Knox County is allowing them to bring. I don't know if they do that tonight, but a lot of times when they have a line of duty death, they will have officers escort them, and they block all the roads in front of them and run traffic to get to the funeral home. Or they'll have the funeral home Usually it's an ambulance. We usually get tasked with it. I could be doing that because he said white Suburban and had Page in it. So that might be a family member of the officer. I hate to speculate because it's awful, but
I did hear him also say somebody's got eyes on the family. And that's why I thought it was the bad guy's family, because we were talking about the grandma earlier. But with what you're saying, that makes more sense.
yeah, that's not unusual. They do it for firefighters, medics too. Police will block the road so that usually it's either an ambulance or it's a hearse. They don't stop. They just keep going. And usually along the way, even this late at night, I guarantee you that there's Knox County, City Knoxville, probably Blount County, City Maryville fire trucks lined up alongside of the road. It's something we do. Like I said, we give each other grief, but we're still family.
Yeah.
I've stood on an overpass over 285 at 3 a.m. for somebody going back north that wasn't even related to our county. But that's what we do.
Right.
And I've been in some of those motorcades too. So, because a lot of times, like I said, they'll put the ambulance on that. So, now that I'm thinking about it, if they're saying evening shift, they're probably going to let them off, but they're probably letting them escort their coworker, home.
Yeah.
And that would make sense. Like I said earlier, even though it's Blount County's incident, they're probably busy with too many other things going on. I mean, and let's not forget the 911 calls don't stop. So the traffic stops don't stop. They still have a job to do. So that's why a lot of times you will find officers coming in from many surrounding areas, even off duty. Yes, Brenda, I'm still on. I thought you tuned out and left me, Brenda. Got one lone viewer, Cassie. So, but they did have the Bearcat rolling hot to go somewhere. So, I'm gonna bet. See if I can bring this up on another screen here. I'm gonna bet if that's what they were doing, that the local news is covered it. I don't see. Usually, the local channels will cover it live on. No, they haven't found the bad guy yet. Looking to see if any of the media outlets are showing the police escort. Switch over to Twitter and see.
No, you turn it off. enough.
So somebody in Knoxville reported 43-year-old Greg McGowan was shot and killed. The second deputy, Shelby Eagers, she was shot in the leg and fired shots towards the subject he was believed to have been hit. At some news stations, they're still giving out erroneous information that he was in the Nexus. But that's been recovered. And so has the other one. He might very well be outside of the perimeter now. Supposedly, I'm just speculating on this, it's much more than third party, but supposedly somebody that tracks aircrafts like we've been tracking here has tracked a Russian T-95 long-range bomber that appeared to be headed on the way to Ukraine.
Yeah, what's happening over there?
That was somebody just picked up a Russian long-range bomber headed towards Ukraine. Said it would hit local time at 10:20, enter the Ukraine airspace if they continued on their trajectory. So, Columbia Supreme Court is under siege. Judges are evacuated.
Columbia?
Yeah.
It's in
It was 8
country.
minutes ago. It was in the country, yeah.
What's happening down there?
I don't know. I don't really know what's going on in Columbia. It's the Supreme Court under siege. Judges evacuated as President Petro supports storms Palace of Justice. 10 standoff. Oh, didn't they just have an election and they said that one person cheated or he broke the election off and said, no, I'm still president or something? Wasn't that down there? I'm going to be honest. I don't know.
I think so.
Typically, world news and politics isn't my thing.
You did fine the other week.
2 dead in northern India over the demolition of a mosque. I'm just scrolling through. You go to Twitter in the middle of the night and you put in hashtag breaking. You never know what you'll bring up. Apparently there's a volcano erupting in, I guess that's India. I'm going to stop looking because I don't know what I'm talking about with world news. Tornado hit Wisconsin today. Wow, Wisconsin. Okay, I'm gonna get away from Twitter's breaking news because I don't have a clue what I'm talking about with half of it. So
Well, that's all right. Got to learn somehow. In the middle of the night's a good time.
that's a good idea, Cassie, and I hadn't thought about that. Go to the Tennessee DOT and look at the traffic cams. I've done that before, but I didn't even think about that. Good point, Cassie. I guess having a news thing is kind of like being in the field again. It's hours of boredom interrupted by excitement. Did you get your editing done, by the way, Ross?
Yeah, I still got to upload it.
Go ahead. We're back up here. Right past your head start.
Didn't need it today.
That's Anderson County. And so Anderson County is to the west of Knox County, and it is way south.
K91, where y'all starting at?
Where's the vehicle?
They're way southwest of Maryville, Blount County. So that K9 came from quite a distance.
Oh shit! You said hold up. Wait, what happened? Money?
Yeah, I got to pull that up a while and start figuring that out while we're watching this.
It's not as hard. It's like I said, it's like almost sending a file attachment in Google or Gmail. And Brenda asked a little bit ago if they caught the guy. No, they're still looking.
Did you look at microphones yet?
No, can you hear this one popping?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to go ahead and just do that. Because it seems like when this one warms up is when it pops the most. And
Oh,
at
yeah.
the 2 hour mark, it's when it pops.
Whenever. That's what I like about it. You can toss on and be like, yo,
It does feel a little warm. Hell, it's got a warranty. Maybe I just call Yeti and tell them.
Yeah, but then you're stuck getting another Yeti.
Yeah, I asked Jessica, though, and she says she doesn't use the LG software. But if I don't have the LG software, I have no gain. We could experiment. I will turn. All right, so now can you still hear me?
It's down.
Yeah, if you don't have that on, it's crazy. I mean, now the answer is you can go in and manually turn up your gain, but then you're overmodulating. He's headed to Nashville.
Baldwin to command post. Myself and 5 from the 5th DTF are getting ready to be at 934 Mossy Grove in Maryville. Suspect brother's residence trying to establish contact with brother.
Interesting. They're going to go talk to the brother. I would have thought they would have done that by now. But then again, if, you know, rural areas only have 6 officers. Really?
Turning on Mossy Grove.
Bro.
Did you say you added the episode to an event on the calendar?
Well, yes, but I did that on mine. You weren't included in that. The calendar that you're probably saying should show all of your different times.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when you open one, it should have something that looks like almost like an email. And you hit those 3 little dots in the top right. Cassie, we have been going for 2 hours, 46 minutes. And then you add the attachment to that way.
Oh my god, that policeman just came and macked. Look at him fly, he's flying. Boom. I got it. Oh, man.
Sounds like your son's playing video games. Why did I push that button again?
Yeah.
We're walking back out now.
Me.
You come down over you'll run into our cruisers.
Did it again.
Just below the water tower.
Move on that nigga.
The only advantage.
Hey, Dad, I'm good.
I don't know that. Well, let's just pull it up and see.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Dude, that I said. Oh no, it's sent me back to Westwood.
Yeah. That's what we're listening to. Doubt Knox County would have much say right now with this going on, but we'll add them in there.
I just have a place called Docs and Files. Is that it? Docs and Files. Is that it?
Hold on, I'm bringing up. You go to my stuff and you went down to my schedule. No, not my schedule. Hold on. Schedule and then your name or however you got it. And then it'll bring up different dates and shows. And once you bring that up, you'll see 3 little dots. And that's where you upload.
Ooh, watch out, nigga. Ah!
See, I gotta go to one that's blank on mine, so. Okay, so you go to add comments here and then you hit the paper clip.
Okay. All right.
We've lost him totally on the radar.
What, the plane we were following earlier?
Yeah. Yeah, he's probably landed in Nashville or is on final. I got Knox County Public Safety playing. I don't know what'll come out of that, so don't anybody yell at me.
Your hip.
Simple.
What
Yes.
the shit?
If there's no birds up, I can switch this to a
Go ahead.
Google view, Google Maps view.
Simple.
We did in front of the residence. Resident has given us permission to search residence.
Center Point Church.
Ooh.
Shit.
Oh, go ahead, bro. You're good.
Here.
0407.
Charlie 3, Charlie 1.
That ain't it.
We're gonna hit X on K9. We got nothing.
Oh, no. I'm bugging. Damn.
You guys want to come around the front?
Mesa County has got an armed robbery of a Domino's.
What the hell?
Cahoga County is a shooting. Sacramento's got a manhunt.
Oh, 12 is on you. 12's coming. I'm coming. I can see you do it.
307.
I'm coming. I'm gonna mac that nigga. He didn't make it very far.
Something and I can't find it, and it screwed up some of my stuff. So I gotta run. I gotta fix this.
I just made it.
Yeah, I'm probably going to cut out soon too because it's 3 a.m. here.
Yeah,
So,
same here. Yeah,
same
here.
302 is showing valid.
If I'm still up and something breaking happens, I'll hop back in here.
Yeah.
But I think I am going to sign off as well. So,
All right. I will see you tomorrow. All right. Today. Whatever.
all right, my friend. Yeah, we can show tomorrow night or tonight. So I'll see you soon.
Yep. All right, buddy. See you again. Yep. All right, buddy. See you again.
See ya. All right. Well, I'm going to sign off for now, Cassie. You've got a way of getting in touch with me, so we'll touch base, and maybe we can get some other things up and on the air. This has been fun. That's not the right word to use. It's been good to share news. Not necessarily that this kind of news, but it's good to share and get information out there to the public. So, everybody, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Good night. And I'll keep listening. You keep listening.
There's limited space down at the forensic center. Make sure we get the EMS and family up here.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing, bringing the officer home. So that's why they want to make sure they got room for EMS, which is probably carrying the officer, and then the family is probably in that white Suburban. So it's sad, but his family's there, and his blue family is there with him too. So, all right. Well, everybody, thanks for tuning in. It was a good experiment, and I hate that it was under these circumstances. We will probably be doing a couple of these. So, yes, everybody is very sad. Say your prayers. Think about the family of the fallen officer. Everybody have a good.
Staff here on the road that your people get in.
Yeah, they're trying to get family in. Everybody have a good morning, and I will be back tomorrow night with the Grin and Guardian Gang at 9 p.m. Eastern. And I'm sure we will be talking about this. We have Susan Smith with Protect the Blue is going to be our guest in the first hour. So I'm sure she'll talk about this as well. So good night, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. Sportcat out.